Joel Osment was arrested. Of course, if you guys didn't hear about this story, he was arrested a couple weeks ago, and now he's speaking out about the whole incident. Now, he had lost his house in the fires in LA, the Altadena fire. And so, like, he apparently has been having kind of a breakdown. And he was over at Mammoth, which is like a big skiing resort here, not too far outskirts of Los Angeles, where he was arrested at 2 p.m. in the afternoon for being, of course, intoxicated and having possession of illegal drugs. Now, they're saying they found cocaine on a $100 bill or dollar bills and stuff like that, remnants of that, and also he was belligerent. You guys, his pants were falling down. But he started saying the craziest shit when he was getting arrested to the actual police enforcement, which is a problem. That's really a big problem. The kid from The Sixth Sense, Queen, you're 100% right. Now, he's been doing some stuff. I know recently he's been doing some kind of skits and things like that. Nothing too big, but having a good time. And I feel bad for him because he lost his house. I do. But he was saying some shit when he was getting around. He was wearing a helmet too. I don't know why he was wearing a helmet. Maybe he thought he was going to go skiing. It's 2 p.m. But in this footage, 37-year-old Haley Joel was saying things like, this is like I've been kidnapped by fucking Nazis. I'm like, what? He's also saying that he's being attacked. He's being tortured. I'm an American, to which the officer replied, well, you're under arrest now, American. They said, well, you'll wish you'd have treated me nicer. He also said, you're fucking with my life. And then the one thing that he said that's really hard to take back, there's a racial slur for a Jew. Now, if you guys know this, you know it. But he says, you are a effing, it starts with a K, guys. And I was like, I can't believe you used the K word. Like what year is it? You know what I mean? But like, he just was saying all of this shit. He told the cops, good luck. But after all this was said and done now, he's come forward and said, guys, I'm absolutely horrified for my behavior. Had I known that I had used disgraceful language in the throes of a blackout, I would have spoken up sooner. But the past 2 months of loss and displacement have broken me down into a very low emotional place. Oh, shit, Countess. But that's no excuse for using this disgusting word. From the bottom of my heart, I apologize to absolutely everyone that it hurts. What came out of my mouth was nonsensical garbage. I'll let the Jewish community down, and it devastates me. I don't ask for anyone's forgiveness, but I promise to atone for my terrible mistake. It's uncalled for, Kira. It really is uncalled for. And when I say this too is I get like being belligerent, being blackout drunk. Yes. He pulled the fucking Mel Gibson. I was saying, but it doesn't give you an excuse to be Mel Gibson. It really doesn't. And it makes you wonder what you're thinking internally when you're saying this shit. Like, I don't know how he feels about law enforcement. I don't know how he feels about the Jewish community. I don't know how he feels about anything these days. But like, and I get being blackout drunk. You're going to say shit that you probably don't. What they say though is a lot of times is what you actually mean, but you don't remember you're saying. And to me, like, this is going to fucking affect him. I think it really will affect him moving forward. Now, how much of a career does he have these days? He has been popping up in more roles recently, comedies, little parts here and there. He looks like Chad Bono. Kind of does. I work for Chad Bono.
Guy Ritchie.
Oh my God, Queen! Like, same. Every time I see Haley Joel, I think it's Chaz. Every single time.
Chaz Bono is a great human being too. He on American Horror Story. He was on there. No, it was American Horror Story. He was really cool on there too. Good person. That's kind of funny. He said looks like Chaz Bono, but to me, this is still unexcusable. He's apologizing. He'll do his tour, of course. He was fucked. You see the pictures. He was fucked up. No, I get like he's going through shit, but you gotta. I mean, some of these things. I can't imagine stuff like that coming out of my mouth, regardless how fucked up I am. I think this will affect him. You have to do your apology tour, of course, but I just don't know. His career was already like kind of not where it used to be. Can he come back from this? Ronald, Mel Gibson kind of did. Ronald, what do you think? Do you think that this is going to be something that's going to like dive him deeper into a world of like he can never return? Or will he see a career again like he saw Dead People? That's my question, Ronald.
Well, he's never had the Dead People career since then, so I don't think he was headed that way, unfortunately. I'll tell you one thing that bodes well for him is he stood up right away and took responsibility for every single thing. And if you're in a blackout, you don't know what's going on. You have no control. I'll tell you what, I'll be honest with you. I had a blackout once. I ended up at home without keys with a pack of Mexican cigarettes and mud on my sleeve. I don't know what happened. Mexican cigarettes.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I mean, did you have your passport on you too?
This was at the time because I was born last century. You could just go with a license.
So there you go. So maybe you
Mexican Marlboros
and came back.
Marlboros.
Do you think you crossed? Did you ever find out if you did?
I left my keys in a taxi. It was pre-Uber.
Oh man, what a world, right?
That was back in the dark ages, Ron.
You never got them back.
I know.
I mean, like, I feel like people come back from these things. I think it kind of blew up a little bit. I'm just, to me, it's like, it's sad when you hear these kind of things that people are like internally maybe holding these in or thinking about them, or maybe it just was like some dark demon. Do you think it could be like a dark demon inside him, just like kind of letting some fucking shit out?
I do, and I can't imagine what he's going through having lost everything. I have some friends that are in that boat, and it's just what they go through. It's bizarre to me, and I can't relate to it, but I can understand it. So, there's a lot going on. There's just a lot going on. Too much for some people, probably too much for anybody.
I mean, if you lose your house in that fire, like a lot of people did, it's like, I can't imagine everything starting over again. Not
everything. Like, not even a fork. You don't have a fork. It's just, there's nothing.
Nothing.
It's weird. Yeah.
You think about like being a child actor like he was. He probably had a lot of memorabilia, memories from all those times,
Ooh,
Right. And he's never there's another thing. He's never achieved like that notoriety again. And that's hard. That's tough for a child actor. The transitions. That's hard.
It bums me out.
Well.
Yeah. It bums me out to hear this though. GR, you hear about this too. Do you think like any kind of big legal trouble will come from this? Or do you think this will be something that will die off pretty soon and no one will be talking about anymore?
Well, I don't, legal trouble, not much, but is it going to die off quick? Don't hold your breath on that one. It'll take a while. There's certain things you can say and get away with. But, you said, what was he feeling? I can tell you what it's feeling. And this happens in Hollywood a lot. It's a feeling of entitlement. You know who I am? Like the police officers give a shit. They've got a job to do, and you're a dirtbag, and you broke the law. Deal with it. And he didn't.
I like they're like, he had some kind of substance. They're like, yeah, we're pretty sure there was cocaine on the money.
Money.
On the money. On the money. That's not, the cocaine's never on the money, is it, GR? It's never on the money. That's not where it goes, right?
Well, it starts on the money, but it ends up right
on the
there.
Money, baby.
Oh, man. It's that man. He's just trying to go for a nice ski event. He's trying to go skiing, maybe snowboarding. People got
Well, that's why he had the helmet. He was snowboarding.
But people get pretty fucked up over there too, though. The people get drunk, get messed up, and they go skiing. And not that I'm saying it's safe. That's like a party place.
Oh yeah.
If you've got half a brain, you don't get drunk or fucked up and go skiing. You can kill yourself easy.
Yeah, you can.
Go shopping. Don't do it.
And we don't want to hear that'd be the saddest thing.
That's a different story, Ron.
Yeah.
Day drunk shopping. Oh my God. Sorry.
I was gonna say we don't want to be hearing about like another child.
Val, that sounds like dies, you've done that statement.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Grand Rapids last weekend. I'll tell you what.
Look out. I want to see how that apartment's decorated.
Valarie, did you ever watch The Sixth Sense? Do you know Haley Joel? Have you seen him and stuff? Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
How do you feel like, because again, child actors, I think, go through a lot of shit. I worked with Macaulay Culkin on American Horror Story. Fucking amazing human being, but you can tell that he's gone through shit. Like he's seen shit. Even the way he talks to you, like he's just like my life. You know what I mean? I think like any kind of child goes through that, and it's very unfortunate because they get to fame that early on. You would think they have the whole world ahead of them, but some kind of demons pull them back. Do you think this is kind of like, just kind of the trajectory that happens with child actors, unfortunately? Or do you think this might be of his own making?
I think it's probably a combination of both. And, as Ron had mentioned, just going through losing your home, I mean, I can't imagine the stress of that. Like, even if you have, some kind of wealth, losing your home, is absolutely insane. And I can't imagine that kind of stress and pressure. And like you had mentioned, memorabilia too, like everything. Things from that's insane. But also, like in the same vein of like child actors, I heard this quote from a therapist who said, she was actually referring to Britney Spears when she was talking about this, about how, people can be essentially like frozen, like parts of them are frozen at the age where they were most traumatized or went through such traumatic, huge life events. And I think that's really, really common with these children that are put in the spotlight at such a young age, you know?
And they're like right into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And they have no idea. And their parents exploit them sometimes too.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. You know, and it's clear that like his mental health is not doing well. And yeah, it's really hard. It's really hard seeing all the famous people like coming out with the like anti-Semitism and like the racial slurs. I'm like, oh my God. Like,
where is that coming from? You know what I mean?
don't know.
Why are you holding that in? Like, I mean, out of nowhere. Out of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
Val, you
think somebody will try to make him get help?
I hope so. I mean, I really, really hope so, because I mean, like, you know, if you're genuinely in a blackout and you don't remember anything that happened, like, okay, but you know, yeah, you did. If you're to that point where you're throwing out the racial slurs in public, like you need to step back and really think to yourself, like, how did I get here? Like, you know, talking heads, how did I get here?
How is this a thing? And I think that you have to like really like look at yourself in the mirror and think about your life. And I get like he's gone through so much crap. I can't imagine losing your house, losing everything, but like you're still got some kind of demon inside you saying that shit, GR. There's something there. There's something there, right?
No doubt about it. I wonder if his cigarettes were Mexican too. You know,
I can tell you something about a blackout. I called.
Well, maybe the cocaine did come from Mexico. We'll never know. But
I called my friend whose house I was at before that. That's where I was that evening, at a friend's house. And I called him to see if if I left my keys there before I called the taxi. And he literally answered the phone. Hey, I'm like, hey, did I leave my keys there? I told you to never talk to me again, and hung up. So I don't know what I did there either.
Oh my God.
Wait. You didn't talk to him before, like you just like were calling him afterwards and he told you that the night before, or what?
No, I was at his house at 11 o'clock. Apparently, we called for a taxi at 11:25. Between 11 o'clock and 11:25, I did something that caused him to say, don't ever call me again.
Oh my God.
Did you ever find out what it was, Ron?
Well, I mean, I found some pills next to the bed, and I was drinking, so something happened.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Wasted days and wasted nights.
He wouldn't tell me what it was, but I did atone for my sins, and I apologized, and he forgave me.
Love it.
There you go. And that's it. People can atone for that and come back from it. They can. Yes. You know, and maybe that's something we gotta say to Haley Joel Osment. Like maybe you can come back, just like take a breath, take a minute, focus on yourself, really assess the situation, how you got here, what led to this situation, and then deal with it and then make your retribution happen. You know, figure your way back. And maybe something great can come from that. Maybe something can, you know. Don't be Mel Gibson and double down. Just don't do that, you know. No. It doesn't help anybody. Cool. No.
Yeah. You got to hit the atone button. Hit the atone button and then go on your I'm sorry tour and then go to rehab or something. Go get some help.
And pray it works.
Yo, player, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when we are live. And if you are able to join our Patreon, please join. Because the Pepestar needs more snickety snacks. Because I'm hungry. Holla back. Love y'all.